Southeast Radio's Business Matters with Karl Fitzpatrick.
Welcome back to Southeast Radio's Business Matters with me, Karl Fitzpatrick. Before the break, the CEO of Indus Financial, Bill Prue, revealed the factors which contributed to the company's decision to locate their Irish office in Enniscorthy. In honour of UN International Day of Yoga, Wexford Chamber, in conjunction with Calodagh McCumiskey of Spiritual Earth, will host a midsummer event next Tuesday morning to promote the benefits which can be gained from practising yoga. Calodagh, I'd like to start the interview with yourself. What inspired you to arrange an event of this nature?
Over the last few months, I've run a few events with the Wexford Chamber to promote wellbeing at work. And this seemed like a very natural day to bring that out to a much wider scale across Wexford. We've had really, really phenomenal response and phenomenal interest from different businesses around the county wanting to expand their wellbeing at work programmes and wanting to provide more wellbeing opportunities for their staff, and this seemed like a great launching pad for us to get out and interact with a very large community.
So Madeleine, tell us a little bit about the event.
Well, we're delighted to take on something new, something different. There's a great awareness around, certainly over the last year, where our corporate members are coming to us looking for opportunities, if you like, to engage with members of the Chamber to promote well-being at work. We're all very busy. We aren't very good at managing our time in terms of relaxation and in terms of leisure. I often look to Sweden, where the Swedish people, they work to live. We tend to live to work. So the balance isn't right. I have experienced myself with yoga, and I felt that this was an opportunity too good to miss. And I think we're right, because we've been talking to a lot of people around Wexford. We've been engaging with people at other events that we've held over the last few months, and the interest is phenomenal.
Calodagh, for those of our listeners that may not be familiar with what yoga is, tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, so yoga just means union. Union of what? Union of mind, union of body, union of soul. And the premise is that as we feel more in harmony and more in balance within, we'll naturally connect with the world around us in a more balanced way. So yoga helps us make our minds strong, balanced and flexible through making our body strong, balanced and flexible. So if you have a strong, balanced and flexible mind, even a big problem seems like a small problem. When you have a small mind, even a small problem seems like a big problem. So it gives us very good problem solving abilities, and it helps us focus and direct our mind so that we can get the best out of any situation.
And how does it achieve that?
In yoga, we say that an ounce of practice is worth a ton of theory. So we're inviting people to come along on this day so that they can actually experience at first hand some of the relaxing, focusing and powerful effects of yoga, because it shifts the gears of your minds into thinking in a more resourceful and in a constructive way.
And Calodagh, how popular is yoga in Ireland today?
It's growing increasingly popular all the time. In Wexford, it's got a particularly vibrant following. There's a lot of teachers around the county. There's a lot of classes, and all over the country as well. More and more people are practicing it all the time. A lot more people are using it in sports. If you look at the Dublin GAA team, they use it quite a lot. Even a lot of the GAA people I've spoken to, they would be using it in their own practice just to keep them out of injury and keep them flexible in their, as plenty of footballers also use it. A lot of different sports people, business people, a lot of very successful people would use it to keep their bodies and their minds right.
And Calodagh, will attendees be taught yoga techniques next Tuesday at the event?
On Tuesday, we'll be doing some different practices, so people will have an experience of how yoga can help them relax, how it can help them focus. They will definitely go home with some techniques that they can use in their daily lives to make their minds more strong, more focused. We have 60,000 thoughts a day, and 90% of them we had yesterday, and probably 90% of them we had last week. So if we can if we can direct our minds so that we can think more positively and more resourcefully, we can use our minds to create what we want rather than focusing on what we don't want. People will get very, very practical techniques And different types of techniques suit different types of people, and we will be catering to everybody. One big message that we want to communicate is that yoga has benefits and application for everybody, from young people to old people to students to business people. All people from all walks of life can benefit, and people will go home with some very, very practical tips and practical experience of how yoga can help them.
So Madeleine, what's the format for next Tuesday morning's event?
We are out in Ferry Carrig Hotel for 10 o'clock. We will have a few introductions. We have a really good lineup of speakers, including Tracy Piggish. And we are going to intersperse some short presentations with some practical workshops. So it'll be a lot of fun. We know that we're going to get the very old to the very young, as Claude has said, from all walks of life. So we're expecting a big crowd. The venue will lend itself very much to a peaceful and nice, I suppose, transition for some of us into yoga. And Tony Carty out there is preparing some healthy food and some nice teas and that for us afterwards. So, as I said before, there's great interest in this, and I think it's an opportunity for people to engage in something new and something that will benefit them.
So the Ferry Carrig Hotel will turn into a completely holistic environment next Tuesday morning. Calodagh, well-known sports broadcaster Tracy Piggish will be a guest speaker at the event. What will her core message be for those in attendance?
She'll be sharing how yoga has helped her balance her life and helped her be happy and helped her, maintain her success throughout all the trials and tribulations of her life. She's a great personality, and I'm sure everybody will really, really enjoy meeting her. She's very human, she's great fun, and she's got a lot of wisdom, and she is a very strong practitioner of yoga, and it's got her through any dark times she's had in her life.
And Claudia, who else will be speaking on the morning?
So we will have Tim Grieg from BNY Mellon. He will be speaking about wellbeing at work programs that they have, and they have very, very strong, powerful wellbeing at work programs. And Sandra Farrell, who owns a nursing home, she will also be speaking. She's the former mayor of Neenah. She was the youngest ever mayor of Neenah at 23, and she is a strong practitioner of yoga. But not only does she use it in her own life, all of her staff in her nursing home and also the clients in the nursing home have benefited greatly from the practice.
And Claudia, this event in Wexford has certainly attracted great attention from both our President Michael D Higgins and also from the Indian Ambassador to Ireland. Tell us about that.
We're hoping to have some support, some surprise support from both angles on the day, and maybe even from India itself as well. We've been following up with them, and we're really, really inspired and excited that they are supporting so actively our event.
Madeleine, back to Tuesday's event itself. If any of our listeners would like to attend, how do they go about registering?
Just contact Wexford Chamber 05391 22226. We'll give you more information. I suppose, it is important that we're looking at this from a business perspective. We're really trying to encourage all businesses, members, non-members, businesses within the Wexford community and beyond to engage, find somebody out there who can support you in introducing a well-being programme at work, be it yoga, be it gardening, be it whatever it is. It's really important that we get this message across.
Now, Madeleine, before we finish, last week saw the official opening of the new Wexford Chamber offices on Hill Street. There's no doubting that those new offices, they will be the envy of chambers right across the country, won't they?
Yes, chambers, historically chambers have existed in perhaps not fit for purpose buildings, and that goes without saying, and right across all the counties in Ireland. Some of us are lucky. I think in Wexford we've been extremely lucky. We've had great support from our members, from the wider business community, from the local authorities, and I'm absolutely overwhelmed with the support that Wexford Chamber got. Even on Thursday before we actually officially opened. You know, we had landscapers in, we had people putting up signs, and it's all offering their services free of charge. Our President's Board went up, compliments of Crosby's. It's just an amazing opportunity for people to come together. I feel very privileged to have been able to work on this project. And yes, I mean, we're there now, and we are finally in a position where we're in wonderful offices, and we can give something back now. We've got a resource centre that is, yes, probably the envy of many businesses around the country, but it's open now to members of the business community to come in and use the space.
Well, that was Calodagh McCumiskey of Spiritual Earth and Madeleine Quirke of Wexford Chamber, and I would like to encourage everybody to attend next Tuesday's event. Well, we're heading over next to the Wexford News Centre for the news at 11, but when we return, I'll be speaking to Kingsley Aikens, a global authority on diaspora matters, about how Wexford can benefit from connecting with its diaspora. So stay tuned for that.
Southeast Radio's Business Matters with Karl Fitzpatrick.